Hello, IELTS aspirants. Today we are going to talk about the speaking module of IELTS exam, which is same for academic as well as general students. The speaking module remains only for 15 minutes and this is one-on-one face-to-face interview done at a location. First of all, let's look at the parameters of speaking assessment. The most important criteria is that you have to be fluent. Fluent in the sense you need not pause unnecessarily. You have to pause at the right places and avoid fillers like and, so, as you know, and many others. Further on, you have to be relevant to the question being asked. If the question is asking, do you have a lot of friends or do you have few friends, you should stick to one side and say you have few friends because, and give a reason to justify that. Furthermore, there should not be any pronunciation mistakes or grammatical mistakes because it is a test of speaking, and finally it is also a test of English. You have to justify the length of each answer which you speak, and the rules of the length of the answers will be discussed further in the next slide. Beyond this, you have to focus that the content which you speak has to be interesting and it has to be good for the examiner to listen to, along with incorporation of better words and phrases which will add as your vocabulary strength. Finally, you should also focus on voice modulation, which is also known as intonation. So if you're talking about an exciting thing which happened with you, your voice should go up, showing your excitement and the enthusiasm what builds in. Whereas if you're talking about a serious thing or a bad thing which happened with you, obviously your tone and the voice should go down. That is what voice modulation means. Coming on to the next slide, wherein we are discussing the parts of speaking, and the first part which you come across, and I like to call it as part 0, is your introduction round. So they ask you questions like, what is your name, what should I call you, do you like your name, who gave you this name, would you like to change your name under any situation, right? The criteria is you have to answer this in max 2 to 3 sentences. You should not overdo your answers. Immediately beyond this, they will start with part 1, which is related to your likes and dislikes of life. These are related to the preferences, what you like doing and what you don't like doing. And the answer of each of these questions should finish in 3 to 4 sentences with a why. Now reasoning is very important. So if I say, who is your best friend, or what is the criteria you decide while making a friend, you should talk about one criteria which you decide and also give an explanation as to why you think that that criteria is very important for you in order to have friendship with someone. Finally, understand. These questions are about you, your likes and dislikes. So obviously your answers should consist words like I, me. It should not be like, if you do it, you will find it like this, or if you go there, you will see this. It is my experience. I have to talk about myself. Alright. Now, you'll encounter around 8 to 10 questions in this part, where various topics are there which we'll be discussing in further videos which I'll share. Beyond this, you'll start with a category of part 2, which is also called cue card. Now this is the most important part of speaking and it contains almost half of the weightage of speaking. Here, what will happen is you'll give you a question which is related to your experience. Like, talk about a book you have read recently and would like to read it again. Now there will be sub questions to it, like what is the name of the book, who is the author, what was the book about, and tell me why you want to read this book again. Okay. You'll also be given a pencil and paper for making notes and they'll give you 1 minute to plan. You will have to speak on this for 2 minutes to 2 minutes 15 seconds. This is very critical and very important to practice because you need to understand how much content you are able to put it in those 2 minutes. Towards the end of speaking, you will come across follow-up questions which will have the same topic as in the cue card, but these will be related to your opinions. It will not be related to your experience but your opinion about it. So the same topic of cue card about a book, so they can ask you questions like, what do you think are the kind of books people like to read nowadays, or how do you think e-books are affecting the paper books. Alright, the criteria is you have to speak 4 to 5 sentences on each question, and this is your opinion. You cannot put your experience into it. You have to talk about why you think like that or what you think about it. Hope this gives you some insight towards the speaking session. I will be discussing a lot of questions and presenting videos about how you can improve your speaking skills in further videos which will come very soon. Thank you so much. For any queries or further detailings, you can always contact me or get in touch with me on the below mentioned details. Thank you and have a great day.